Let's head back to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
I would definitely bring in a Kirk Cousins or a Daniel Jones. To be honest with you, I'd bring in Joe Flacco and let him mentor the next quarterback because Joe's a total team guy. We know that for sure. I think Kirk Cousins is kind of for Kirk. Not as bad as Aaron Rodgers is for Aaron Rodgers, but you kind of get my point. Looking forward to y'all's take on that.
As always, appreciate all of the voicemails. Jeff, I think you bring in the quarterback that you think can give you the best chance to win so you don't have to rush a young guy if he's not ready. You know, the idea thing is maybe you see him develop and you feel like he's starting to see things a little, things are starting to quote unquote slow down for him. You bring him in, you know, if the bye week's in week 7, you bring him in and, you know, after the bye, something along those lines. If you draft the guy at 2.
Yeah, well, I think one of the first things, like, we discussed this yesterday talking about Kirk Cousins, is I think if you're considering Kirk Cousins, you better have a very strong plan B. I think you're in a situation where Pittsburgh was last year with Russell Wilson, where it's like, I don't know if he can give us the 18, 19, 20 games we're hoping for. So what would be the other option? If you're going to look at it from that standpoint, Daniel Jones at 28 years old, look, let his team, I'm not trying to pretend, I'm not trying to sell you a Honda and trying to pretend it's a Maserati. You just try to find the facts that are facts. And Daniel Jones in 2022 played pretty well. You look at who he played with, who his skill guys were outside of Saquon Barkley. It's nothing that you're going to write home about by any means whatsoever. You look at, 2 of the 3 best quarterbacks in the NFL right now, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. At the time, both were drafted to winning franchises already in the Chiefs and the Ravens. 2 of the best quarterbacks in the NFL right now today were not week 1 starters. Pat did not play till the final week of that regular season. Lamar was eased in a little bit, and part of it was because Joe Flacco was banged up, and then they were in that weird situation where it was at the end of the year where Joe was banged up, didn't maybe have his A game anymore, and Lamar was more the better guy in that playoff game where they were almost going to take Lamar out, but he rallied and basically cemented that, he was now the new future of the Baltimore Ravens. Yes, because there's a couple of big things that could, kill whatever they do here if they do take a quarterback at 2. One of them would basically have him come in the building and say, you were the savior day 1. It is your gig. Go get it. The other one would be, and this is something that happens a lot with these rookie quarterbacks who are drafted so early, they are drafted by a regime that says, we're hanging on by a thread. This kid's going to be our savior. We only won 4 or 5 games. We're fired. And now poor rookie quarterback goes into year 2 and basically has to do his rookie year all over again because everything is just brand new. We know the Browns need to bring in minimum 3 quarterbacks. And I'm not sure where DTR is going to stand in this when, basically it's all over come the end of August and we're getting a final 53. But, I mean, veteran who you think can be your starter and maybe could be your starter for the entire season. Another veteran, and that would be more of the one who maybe is going to work a little bit with said rookie, and then the rookie. You need, and again, there is not a full, fall protection plan here. Every one of these guys that you get are going to have some flaws. So you better get as many of them as you can. And hopefully between the 3 of them, one of them hits.